Hey everybody, this is Lewis Speaks 2020, and today I want to talk to you about the paradox of reliability. You know, there are some people in this world who will try and take you for granted. They will always operate under the belief that you will always be there, that you will always be there to catch them when they fall, that you will always be a support to them no matter what. So when they operate from this belief, it causes them to take you for granted. And that's the paradox of reliability and being a reliable person is that you will always have people who will take you for granted. And when this happens, that's when you have to remove yourself from their life, be it indefinitely or temporarily, depending on the situation. I'm thinking of how God, when Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden and they violated his decree not to touch the tree of the knowledge of good and bad, when they violated that decree, God had to remove his loving hand from them and had to oust them from the Garden of Eden. You know, they took him for granted. They thought that he would always be there, you know? And they took their gift for granted. And so because they took that gift for granted, God had to show them and temporarily remove his hand just until they cultivated an appreciation for him. And this applies to us today because I know me personally, I have people in my life who have tried to take me for granted, who have decided to call or text at their convenience or not even return my phone calls, my texts. They decided to basically just only call me when they needed something. And when I noticed that that started to be a pattern in our relationship, I realized that wait a minute, what was I doing to foster that? You know? And I realized that I continued to treat them well when they were treating me poorly. And so the thing about it is this: you have to constantly reassess and reassess and reassess your place in people's lives. You can't get comfortable on past interactions, and that's what ends up happening. We tend to live off memory. Well, once upon a time, this person was good, and I'm hoping that with a little bit more love, maybe if I try harder or do more, maybe they'll return to that person that I once knew. No. Every day is different, every day is new, and you have to assess every single day who you're dealing with because people change like that. They change like that. The person that you know today will not be the person that you know tomorrow. And it's really hard when you want to rest your faith in something, when you want something constant in your life. And I realize that people will constantly disappoint you. That's the constant. People will constantly disappoint you and let you down. And this is why you have to protect yourself and make sure that you're giving yourself the love that you expect from everybody else because everybody else is going to disappoint you. You know, in the process of them trying to figure things out and find themselves, they're going to let you down. And so you have to make sure that, for one, you don't let you down. And for two, that you teach people how to treat you by demonstrating self-love. You know? We teach people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. If we just let anything go in our lives, people are going to treat us like anything. They're going to do anything, any and everything to us because we've sent the message that we're okay with that. You know, and that's the paradox of being a free spirit and just being very mild and easygoing. People think that you are passive and a pushover when you're easygoing and you have a very peaceful spirit. People think that they can take advantage of you. And so that's when you have to show them, no, you can't take advantage of me by erecting those firm boundaries. So, truth is, it's a great thing to be reliable. It's a great thing to be dependable. It's a great thing to have others believe that they can count on you. But that is a two-way street. And when you start to see that you are being taken for granted and people are taking advantage of your kindness, that's when you have to reassess their position in your life and also your position in their lives. Don't stay with somebody who's just going to constantly play you. Nah, because it's not a loving act. It's not a loving act to allow yourself to constantly be a victim of other people's neglect. And so I encourage everybody out there to assess their friendships, their partnerships, their relationship with themselves, and really start doing that groundwork. Really start digging in the ground, really digging in there and getting inside and trying to figure out, what is your role? What is their role? Because as long as you keep on not doing that work, as long as you shirk that responsibility, as long as you keep on delaying and postponing that, that responsibility, you will constantly get people who will take advantage of you. Stop being so nice with your life. This is your life. Start loving on yourself hardcore. And if that means you have to tell people no and they get mad about it and they want to leave, you didn't lose anything from your life. You lost manipulators, players, scammers, con artists. That's what you lost. And really, that's no loss at all. That's a gain. Them walking out of your life, I'm a firm believer that the trash takes itself out sometimes. People remove themselves, and that is a blessing. So your no is your protection. That is your shield. That is your aegis. Wear it well. And so I leave you with that. And I encourage you, don't stop being who you are. Just assess who you're giving your gifts to, who you're being who you are with, because it's not a problem you being a loving, warm, good-natured person. The problem is that being a poor judge of character will always make it so that way you are a target. That's where the assessment comes in. So I encourage everybody to do their work, start assessing, and stop allowing yourself to be taken for granted. And this is Lewis Speaks 2020, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day.